What's up, everybody? Product Probes back at you with another knife review, and today we're looking at the STEC Cleaver knife. Now, if you want to stay to the end, and if you're not really interested in all the things in the middle, go ahead and fast forward to the end, and I'll tell you how you can win one of these STEC knives. So let's go ahead, let's dive into it. This thing seems pretty cool, and let's see what this thing's got. Alright, so right off the bat, as you can see, this is a large pocket knife. So, for example, with it in my palm like this, I can try to show you right down here. So, that's what it looks like in the close-up camera. Maybe like that. This is a large pocket knife. So, one thing that I do kind of like about it, I can see how it might be a flaw if this is in your pocket, but it has a large trigger on it right here. Let me show you. So, right here, as you can see, flip it around this way, might be a little better. This is a large trigger, so you'll be able to get your pointer on it, nice. You're not going to have trouble sliding down, the spine of the knife trying to get to it. But, bam, it throws that blade up really, I can't even talk today, really good. But one thing about it is that it's not spring assisted. It's just assisted. They've got a bearing in here, ball bearing, that gives it that smooth opening. However, if you were to just do it like that, there's no spring in there that's actually throwing it up. But with a little flick, no problems at all. Got your standard cleaver blade on it. Let me show you all that right here. So, you can see where I've been chopping stuff with it. But large bevel on it, all straight blade right down here. No real point on these cleavers. Got your STEC logo right there. They do have jimpings that they've incorporated right there into the blade. And your choil, let's see. And you're not going to be able to choke up with this choil. Right here, it's a little small for my fingers. But they do have that right there. And then, I guess, this would also be a thumb guard if you're chopping down. You don't want to chop your finger off. So, one thing about the blade is that it seems pretty sharp. So, let's dive into that, and let's go see how sharp this blade really is. Alright, let's check out the sharpness of this big cleaver blade right here. Got Product Probe Ben back there holding some paper. Now, let's do an angle cut first just to test it. A little bit hard to catch, but once you get in there are a lot of rips with that angle cut. Let's try a straight down cut right there. It's a lot better with a straight down, which, with your cleaver, it's more bam of a chop type knife and not so much as slicing. However, you do have a large belly right there. Now, I don't think we need to test the point on it because it's just a cleaver, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. Let's check it out. So, yeah, with something like this, I mean, you do have a sharp point, but there's a lot of push to it. However, if you were to get in there and on the cut down, it didn't seem to be as many rips. But, not a bad blade overall. So, not too bad. I've been cutting with this thing, so without me throwing it on the sharpeners, it still has a pretty good little edge on it right there. But throw it on a stone once or twice, really sharpen this thing up. Now, I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and close it. Let's talk about this handle. Now, it is an aluminum handle right here, but they've taken out, let me show you right down here. As you can see where they've taken out chunks, for aesthetics, but that also cuts down on the weight tremendously on this. Flip it over, and I call this a paddle pocket clip because it's so large, or wide rather. But one thing I don't like about it is that it sits super low. I wish it sat high because, when it's sitting in your pocket, you're going to have about that much sticking out of it. But we'll go check that out in just a second. So, right here, it's not a liner lock. This is an actual frame lock. So, it's actually going to hold that blade in place a lot better. So if you're chopping, you don't have to worry about that inner mechanism from that liner lock really failing on you and you chopping your hand off or chopping your finger off. So they went ahead and incorporated the frame lock right there on it, large frame lock. And this side right there. The back side they do have some jimpings, and then they've also incorporated them into the blade right here. So as you can see, they do have larger ones. I don't like them being this spaced out, but the ones that they have on the thumb ramp right up there actually allows you to get a lot better grip, for my hands. But I'm not crazy about these right here on the spine. So this is what it looks like fully open right here. Just a good looking knife, guys. It is super large and it does feel pretty heavy. You know, even with them taking these holes out of the handle, yeah, I tell you what, let's go ahead, let's go get the weight and measurements of this knife. Alright, let's get the measurements on this thing real quick. Let's measure it like this. So, whoa, am I looking at that right? Yep, 10.25. They were right on with the measurements. That is a large pocket knife right there. The blade on it, not counting your little choil down here, it's going to be 4. It's actually going to be a little bit over 4. Yeah, a little bit over 4 inches on that. So not quite 4 point. I guess you would just do 4.1 on it right there. And then fully closed, we're going to be looking at 6 inches. So guys, you're going to have a 6-inch pocket knife right there in your pocket. And when you throw that blade up, 10.25 total length on this knife. Oh, 12 ounces. That is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, 12.24 ounces on this STEC. So, pretty heavy little knife right there. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. It is a pretty heavy knife. I actually thought it was going to be around 13, just a hair below it. But still, this is going to be a heavier knife. But with that being said, what I want to go do is, well, let me show y'all close up on this real quick before we do it. Like I said, I call this a paddle pocket clip just because it's so wide right there. But it does have the divot, and it seems like it would slide in there pretty well. I'm not crazy about how low it's sitting. So if you were looking at a tactical side of this knife, you probably are going to have, you know, a good inch sticking out of your pocket. But I tell you what, while we're talking about it, let's go see what this thing looks like in the pocket. All right, let's see what this thing looks like in the pocket. It feels super heavy, but let's go ahead and slide this thing down. So, right here. It actually, with the one-hand slide in, it was not bad at all. Pull it out right there. Your trigger is there. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up over here. So, if I've got it, just push down, bam. And you don't have too, well, yeah, you do. If you look right here, you have about an inch maybe of knife sticking out of your pocket. But with that paddle belt clip right here, I don't think it's going to be a problem fraying the pocket. I can still reach my hands in my pocket. Now, given this is a pair of khakis, if you had a pair of jeans, they might be a little tighter. However, I mean, it's just a heavier knife, guys, but it does fit okay in the pocket. Your print right here, you know, is going to be, you know, so-so. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would, but I guess it's because it's such a flat knife. However, you pull it out, the trigger is right there, and you're good to go. Okay, so in the pocket. I'm not crazy about it because how high this sticks out of your pocket like that. But it does slide in rather nice. So I think the way to go is that you're going to need to use the little sheath that they have with it. But this thing is actually not too bad. Let me give you a close-up on it. So, right here they actually have it waterproof in the inside of it. You know, a lot of times you see this with a lot of fixed blade knives, you know, to keep it from cutting the standard nylon, but it is just a nylon sheath with the Velcro. You know, I've never been crazy about the Velcro sheaths because over time they can wear, but this one doesn't seem to do too bad right there, but it also holds its form a little bit better. Belt clip on the back, standard nylon there, but that was still pretty cool to have. Looks like you got to slide this in. Yeah, you got to slide this in almost this way. Boom. Yeah. So guys, that's what it's like in the sheath right there. So let's go see what this thing looks like on the hip. So, got the sheath right here on my belt. We're going to see how this thing looks on the hip. The sheath, you see how it slides up and down like that? I'm not too crazy about that aspect of it. See that? And then watch this. I'm pushing it down. Boop. Like that. But, however, let's see what it looks like with a knife in it. Now, what I did notice, and this is kind of odd right here, is you cannot put the knife in this way. I mean, I guess you technically could, but it's wider right there. And then when you really want to put it in, you're going to run into that problem where it catches on your pocket clip. So the only good way to put this in is the pocket clip towards you, which is what you really don't want. Slide it down like this with the wider part up, and that will close perfect. So realistically, you could slide that thing in there however you wanted, but the best way to do it is to have it like this. So the pocket clip facing down but towards your person instead of like this, or it will catch. So let's show you what it looks like right there. The close down, the concealed side of it. You know, it's just a bigger knife, guys, but look at that. I mean, that's really not terrible, even with this short shirt like this. But right there on your hip, it feels good. You know, to be as heavy as I think this knife is going to be, it doesn't feel that way. You know, I can still move, jump around. Now, you can slide this, of course, right here to the front if you needed it. But pull it out, you're going to have to flip it because of that trigger right there. So I don't like that, but you got your Velcro, pull it open right there. You're gonna have to flip your knife to open it. Your trigger's right there, but after that, guys, you're good to go. Alright, so overall, not a bad knife. I actually like it. If I'm gonna carry it, I'm definitely gonna be carrying it in the sheath right there on the hip. Not really gonna carry it in the pocket if I do carry it. I don't like the fact that this sticks out, so that's a con for me. You know, another con is just that it is heavy, but what do you expect? But other than that, it opens smooth. It's got a good grip, even in a tactical stance like this. You've got jimpings right here that are incorporated on the butt of the handle right here. Let me show y'all. So, right here, if I can get my camera to focus out, you can see they are spread apart. But if for some reason you needed a cleaver knife in a tactical defense situation, you've got it right there. So, guys, overall, pretty cool knife, large knife, and to be right out of the box and me using it, still got a nice little edge on it. Let me give you one last close-up. So guys, that's it right there. All black knife, large knife, cleaver blade, aluminum handle. Got your frame lock right there, smooth frame lock when you close it. And, well, let's see, a little flick. It's got a smooth open. So guys, that's it. I hope the review helped. If it did, let me know in the comments section below, and I will try to find a link to this knife. I will also leave it in the link if y'all want to go check it out. But something else to go check out is our Friday night knife giveaway. We hadn't stopped doing them, but we've moved it over to the website. So if you want to go check that out, come join in on the fun. We have a lot of fun over there, guys. Productprobes.com. It's right up there at the top. You just click it, Friday night knife giveaway, and you'll see what we got going on. But appreciate you watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.